I'm in great company now. I have the one and only Nick J Townsend on my show, and it's been a couple of years since I had this gentleman on my programme last. Welcome, Nick J Townsend. How are we?
I'm very good. Thank you ever so much for having me back. A lot has happened since I last spoken to you.
And last time I spoken to you was in 2018 when you were promoting a song called Loyal Coward.
Yeah, a lot's happened. In that time, we recorded a double album. We got loads of singles. We just got a record deal. Um, Loads of stuff. I'm enjoying life. I'm making music today as we speak. Just on pause for a bit because it's nice to catch up with people. Yeah, thank you for playing our music from time to time. I really appreciate that. That means an awful lot.
Very refreshing to hear. And I know I've asked this question before, but how important is it still to keep rock and roll alive today?
It's just something that has to happen. Yeah,
Mm,
it's not. I think when I'm dead, maybe rock and roll might die a little bit, but somebody else will carry on.
mm.
I think it's just in my veins and my blood. I'm going to be doing this till I'm dead, so that's why that's pretty important.
And is it good to see, rock venues and live music venues more opening up, supporting bands as well?
Yeah, I mean, band's always been a crucial part of the live music trade. I say a crucial part. I mean, I'm talking about everything from pub gigs to venues, live music. The festival seasons are starting to become popular again. What does happen is all the um, bands who aren't playing at these festivals, they usually get offered the pubs and the
Mm.
small venues and stuff. To be honest, we don't get the bigger audience because everyone's at the festivals. But the thing is, they still got their band in the house. It's a good experience for them.
Yeah.
See, I've done all that myself, and I know that you could play a gig to a packed house, and you pick the same day as say Download Festival, and you're playing to the sound guy, and I don't know if you're in a hotel, maybe it's a waiter. It doesn't matter who you.
Yeah.
Every day, you've got be strategic about when you play. Sometimes when you can afford to be strategic. I just play at gigs that when people book me,
Mm.
and like, we turn up and play. We have a good show. We sell tickets. We have a good turnout. When you're just starting off, you can't really pick and choose. So sometimes you have to play the smaller gigs that don't have the great crowds, but that's part of the experience.
And do you still like to visit open mic nights? Do you still put on, open mic nights on yourself in the Midlands region yourself?
I've been thinking about this. I might just turn up at a few, because a lot of people would probably think, oh, it's the last place Nick would go. That's probably somewhere I feel very comfortable playing. I've just been that busy writing and recording and playing and shooting silly videos that I haven't had time to do a lot of the things like open mic nights.
Mm.
But I'll probably just turn up at one and it'll be random. Nobody'll be expecting it. I'll just turn up with the guitar and go like, yeah, bang a song and
Mm.
throw out a couple of songs if I'm allowed.
And I like the video to Loyal Coward. It has a Nordic theme. Has like mythology and Scandinavian mythology always been an interest to you?
um, I'll be honest, no. I just like to have different themes. Like I
Mm.
just thought, well, I wouldn't mind doing something like kind of like Viking kind of style, just for it depends what the song is about,
Mm.
and it suited the song. The song was actually it's called Loyal Coward, and it's about it's actually about it's actually an anti-drinking song. And I think he's kind of like known for being brave, strong, and drinking. You kind of think Vikings. So I just thought that started it off, and the video ended up being something totally different to what the song's about. But it kind of worked, and I think everybody in the village got massacred at the end. So there was a happy ending because
Mm.
I survived. That was about it.
And one question I've always wanted to ask a musician, like being a DJ myself, you're always exposed to the bar and drinks. How hard it is to resist an urge to have that extra drink when you're playing.
Oh, I don't drink
Ah.
when we go out live. I know some people like to they have that glass of whiskey.
Mm.
I'd rather have I don't know a cough throat sweet if I needed something to sort out my nerves. But I don't really have nerves. I have concerns, but you have to be professional,
True.
and you can be professional at any age. So just because you hit 18 and you've got a reason to start drinking doesn't mean you should. If you've got a career, you can't afford to, you know, get blasted on the some alcoholic beverage. And just because you're 18 doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your playing ability to look cool. I think playing your music really well is the most coolest thing you can do.
Some sensible advice there. Another question I've got for you now. I know you original artist, you like to write music, but you also have been known to do an odd cover version as well, like Depeche Mode and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Do you like to dabble here and there sometimes?
Well, yeah, I'll choose a song which is normally a bit of a challenge. Like Depeche Mode fans are the hardest fan base to please. We actually got a load of hate mail because we had guitars and stuff in it. And yeah, my partner and me are quite big Depeche Mode fans, but of course they don't know that. So when they hear a rock's version of one of their classics, we got, I think, the official Depeche Mode fan website said it was one of the worst covers ever, which was a bit hyperbolic, really. It was just exaggerating, really. It was only within 2 days. I probably heard it once, probably heard it a week later, and thought, actually, it's not too bad. And it's been doing well in Germany and other countries, so it can't be that bad. It's like Marmite. Some people will hate what you do. And when we do a cover, we try and make it sound like us, rather than just copy exactly what the song is. Because I think if I was in Depeche Mode and I heard somebody cover my tune, I'd like to know what are they bringing to the table, and we gave them our meal.
I think when people are talking about you though, that's the job done, isn't it? Whether it's good or bad.
Well, that's it. I had about 2,000 messages in about 10 minutes. And they're all from Depeche Mode fans. And I was like, where the hell is this coming from? And I done a search, and the official Depeche Mode fan website, and put this post like worst ever Depeche Mode covers. And the thing is, I actually messaged the site owner. I thought, thanks. Got us a little bit of exposure. Not the exposure I was after, but thank you for listening. And they replied, and they said, "Oh, we were just being sensational." Yeah. And I was thinking, that's a bit crap, really, isn't it? Yeah. But they just wanted to get some attention, and they just used the fact that we'd written a good cover and put their spin on it. Yeah. But that's how people are. Some people will see you as an opportunity. Yeah. So you have to take these things on the chin.
Cool. Next question for you now. You mentioned you're signed artist now. A lot of people don't know what the difference is between a signed artist and independent. Can you just briefly go into that for me?
Well, it depends what you've signed. When you sign a record deal, that's basically whatever's in that contract is how it affects you moving forward. We signed a deal for one song for a single, and then we negotiate doing another song with them, and then we sign a separate contract for that. And then you realise there's lots of different contracts you sign for different tunes, and we'll be discussing a contract for a double album, which we've already recorded. It's just a case of releasing it and sorting out the distribution and things like that. But if you're an independent artist, you can't do everything yourself. You can use distribution sites like Ditto. There's a few other ones you can use. They have advertising. They're pretty easy to find. But if you're independent, you do everything yourself. The advantage of having some kind of representation, like a label, is if there's a problem, you've got somebody to talk to. And here's the... Because a lot of people say we don't need a record label, we can do everything ourselves. We could as well, but the one thing we found now is, now that we have got someone with our interests, if our song does well, it's in their interests for it to do well as well. So if they can make money, they're more likely to push us. So if you're doing something good, they're not going to discourage that. They're going to encourage it. So you're having a record deal or a label deal or some kind of deal in one way. It can be, you can have there's small labels and there's major labels. This isn't a major record deal. It's a it's an international label. It's based in Italy. They've got offices in, I think it's Germany and US. But we've got, like I said, representation. And if an opportunity comes, like say for publishing, we've got someone to negotiate that for us. Because I haven't got time to do all the paperwork. So I'm glad somebody else has.
And just a couple more quick questions quickly. Which instrument is your least favourite to play?
Uh, to be honest, I don't think I've got a least favourite. I just think I'm better at guitar than other instruments. I mean, I can play bass pretty well, but I'm a guitarist by my nature. I did when I was at, it's embarrassing. I'll make this story pretty quick because you ain't got so much time. When I was at high school, I was probably the worst music student ever. And I had a teacher called Mr. Argyle, and we were, you know, when you get a flute and you're told, or a recorder, and you're told to play the flute, and I was miming for about 3 months. Yeah, everybody, this is A. You put your fingers to positions and you blow, and when there's 30 other people in your class, I actually was pretending to do all the actions, but I wasn't actually doing it until one lesson. The teacher went up to me and goes, "Nick, solo on your own." You haven't been learning the recorder, have you? See me in my office after. And I couldn't hide it. It's like, yeah, I don't know how to play the recorder, sir. For the past 6 months, I've wasted your time.
You know, when I'm travelling on the trains and the buses, I always feel sorry for those people who have to carry the cellos on. They must weigh a ton. Nice instrument, though.
They're huge. Those big, massive ones. I mean, I just get a bass guitar myself, but obviously they've got that for a particular sound style and the purpose it serves. But yeah, I think the least favourite instrument, I'll tell you, I'm going to say the recorder. the flute and the recorder.
Yeah.
I'm not into woodwind instruments. Yeah. I'm not much of a blower.
Yeah, and your new music as well. Crucially, now we're just wrapping up, but we've got some new material in the works. Just say to listeners, watch this space coming very soon.
Yeah, we've got a brand new single coming out on August 13th, and if memory serves, there should be a follow-up single on October 13th, but that date could possibly change. But the August 13th, there'll be a brand new single. There'll be a music video attached to it, which is based on the movie They Live by director John Carpenter. I think people will find it quite entertaining.
Brilliant. Well, Nick J Townsend, thank you very much for being very open with my questions I've asked you today and taking time out to speak to me. We will eventually play your new track when it's released, because this is a pre-recorded interview. But also, to say is all the best for this year and keep on rocking.
Thank you, Dad. I'll be open with you anytime. I ain't going to change.
Brilliant. Best way to be. It's a pleasure as always, Nick. Take care. All right.
Thank you very much. Cheers.